Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right, look, a little bit of panic in the gold and silver market. And I warned you before that these kind of shenanigans would happen. And then I said that, look, even if gold and silver magically drop down to $1 an ounce, not to panic. We're going to get into that in just a moment. Hey folks, just a quick reminder that back in 2008 and 9, a lot of people lost all of their retirement savings in their 401ks and IRAs because they did not own gold and silver. Yeah, that's right. Gold and silver protects you from a market crash. So do yourself a favor, protect your retirement by purchasing gold and silver. You can go to moneymetals.com, reach out to them, and they will help you set yourself up to protect you and your family from having to start all over from scratch. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they will send along with your order a free half ounce of silver. So folks, do yourself a favor, head on over to moneymetals.com and protect you and your family from a market crash, as well as inflation. Yeah, so head on over to Money Metals. The link will be down below in the description if you are thinking about buying gold and silver, and you should, despite what you see on the so-called paper market value. For those of you looking for my address, there it is right here. You guys know I have an alternative website. I encourage you guys to come join me over there. It's only $3 per month, and you can watch unlimited videos. There is a lot of info on the RONA. I suggest you guys go over and check it out. Make sure you show your support and love for Wall Street Silver. They have both a YouTube channel as well as a Reddit page. The link for both of them are down below in the description. Go on over and say hi and subscribe. All right, so what's going on in the markets? Good Lord, I saw some green yesterday, and I see a lot of red today, that's for sure. Look, gold now. Gold around $17.50. It's dropping. Silver below $23 an ounce. And that's the one everybody's asking me about. I say, just like I said many times before, this is the paper market. This is not the actual value of gold and silver. I'll show you what I'm talking about. That is the market value. But if you go to the retailers to try to buy, they're like $10 more, $11 more, $12 more. The reason why they're able to sell it like this at such high premiums is because the demand supports this amount. In other words, people are willing to pay that much more than what we see in the spot market. That's because we know these are not the true values of gold and silver. Stop panicking about what's in the paper market. I did say before, and I was being serious, and that is, hey, even if gold and silver drop down to $1 an ounce each, don't fall for that. It's not real. What I mean by it's not real is that's not the real value of gold and silver. There are a lot of so-called powers that be who are stocking up on gold and silver in a major way. So don't be surprised if you see the prices being manipulated down. This is so they can gobble up as much as possible before the boom hits. And what is the boom? The last video I warned everybody that there's a lot of talk about a true market crash happening in October. So is it going to happen? I don't know, but there is a lot of talk about it. So the fact that the prices are going down only tells me one thing, and that is they, the so-called powers that be, seem to be preparing for it. And their friends are manipulating the value of gold and silver so they can pick it up at a much more cheaper price. I knew this day was coming, and I told you guys, don't panic. Buy on the dip. Buy on the dip. They want you to sell when you panic and you sell cheap, and then they buy it cheap, and then they sell when the price goes high. They buy it low, they sell high. All kidding aside, right now, people ask me, what would you do if you had $1 million, Pimpy? No, why? It's not even a hesitation for me. Gold and silver, it is and always will be my first and primary choice. Right? Always. Gold, silver, period. I wouldn't leave my money in the bank. I don't trust it. Buy gold and silver. I have it. Whenever I need to, I can walk down to my local place, sell gold or sell silver whenever I need money. But other than that, no. I don't trust the fiat dollar. I don't trust the government. And I don't trust the banks. Seeing the paper version of the gold and silver value dropping is not surprising to me. Not at all. but I don't panic. Just buy on a dip, which is not much of a dip because you can see that the retailers have not changed very much when it comes to the cost to buy gold and silver. That's because that value currently is being supported. Crypto's on the way down, not by a whole lot, by the way. Bitcoin's still around, 47,500. Ethereum's still at 3,500. They're still up there. They came down a little, but nothing to be panicking over. Most people are paying attention to the market. There's a huge anticipation of what's going to happen in October. That's really going to make a world of difference. Are we going to crash? What are they going to do about the debt ceiling? Is there a new stimulus check going out? We don't know. But they keep showing us numbers and going, oh, everything looks good. The dollar is strong. No, it's not. Inflation is high. They're lying about it. We can't see the true GDP report. We don't know what the true inflation is because they lie about it. But you don't need to see these reports to go out and go buy something and go, oh my goodness, this is way higher than it was before. That's your true gauge. Don't trust what you hear in the news. All right? So, no, I'm not panicking. Yes, people, I'm aware what's happening to gold and silver. Yes, I did tell you guys before, hey, don't be surprised. Right before the market crash, you see gold and silver drop. It's happening. I said, even if it goes down to $1 per ounce for either gold and silver, not to panic because we know that's not the real value, that it's eventually going to shoot up like a bat out of you-know-what. So if you look at silver, look at this, below $23. What? So yeah, below $23. That's just crazy. So what, today? Oh, there we go. That was yesterday at nighttime, 10 o'clock at night. So it was somewhere around, $23.94. And then all of a sudden by today, it's $22.76. That's a huge drop. Why? You're trying to convince us that what? The U.S. dollar is stronger? That we have a good economy? That the unemployment numbers are lower? What are you trying to convince us of? None of that is true. All of the markets are being manipulated. The safe bet is and always will be in gold and silver. Global market. World shares slide on Wall Street sell-off? China worries? What Wall Street sell-off? Sell-off of what? MSCI world shares fall. Stocks 600 up. U.S. retail sales rose again in August. How? It's not like a bunch of people out there got extra money and they're just buying things. How are people buying things? Most people are saving. They won't even part with their money. They're budgeting, which is why I know they're lying about the true value of or I should say the true power of the dollar versus people just saving. They just don't trust what's going on. Dollar hits a 3-week high? Yeah, I don't think so. Gold falls by nearly 3%. Adds Europe market close. Update prices, changes headlines. Market dips globally on Thursday as concerns about investment in China and a down day in Wall Street outweigh positive economic data in the United States. Well, okay, if that's true, that statement is true, then why the heck is gold and silver dropping in value? Does that make sense? No. Whenever there's a potential crisis in the market, gold and silver usually go up. So don't trust what you're seeing. It's just the paper value. That's not the real value. International investors that have been piling into China in recent years are now bracing for one of its great falls as the troubles of over-indebted property giant China Evergrande come to a head. Not just China, but a lot of markets around the world. There's a lot of bubbles getting ready to pop at one time. The developers' woes have been snowballing since May. Dwindling resources at against 2 trillion yuan of liabilities have wiped out nearly 80% of its stock and bond prices. And 80 million bond coupons payments now looms next week. So again, as we get closer to October, whether this is a planned event or not, it definitely looks like a worldwide crash of the economies. We've been talking about it now for what is the better part of a year and a half. Hong Kong Hang Seng Index dropped to its lowest level so far this year. A report from the U.S. Commerce Department showed retail sales unexpectedly rose. Yeah, unexpectedly is a good way to put it. Indicating America's economic recovery is strengthening on positive trends. Really? In consumer spending? How many of you out there actually believe that? Just put it in the comments because I'm curious. You actually believe that? The strong data lifted the dollar and pushed up Treasury yields and sent safe haven gold down nearly 3%. Nobody is buying this lie. Do not believe it. Buy on the dip. That's the right thing to do. Broken hearts again in gold as U.S. retail sales trigger metals new crash. New crash. What is their idea of a crash? So it went from what, around 1800 down to 1750? That's a crash? How about being up around 64, 68,000 and dropping all the way down to 40,000 or lower? That's a crash. It can't prosper much on soft inflation. What the heck are you talking about? Soft inflation? Neither can it survive on economy rebounding on strong retail sales. By now, if you've not figured this out, you cannot believe the news. You just can't. Soft inflation? I know you guys are out there buying food and buying necessities. Know that there's no dang soft inflation. Prices are really high. Gas especially. Economy rebounding on strong retail sales? What are they talking about? The malls where I live, and I'm in California, a lot of the malls that I live by, you don't see a lot of people there. People are not spending their money frivolously on BS. They're just not. Gold crashed to a 5-week low beneath $17.50 an ounce on Thursday after U.S. retail sales jumped more than 15% in the year to August. Broken hearts for gold bulls once again. No, the bulls are sitting back going, yeah, if you idiots want to keep dropping the price down, it's not going to scare us out of selling our holdings. We'll just buy on the dip. Nobody should be believing anything these reports are saying. If you truly believe our economy is rebounding, really, that inflation is a soft inflation, you believe that? It's a lie. They chase you away from what you should be focusing on as far as investing is concerned, or point you in a direction of investment you should stay away from. Don't believe what they say, watch what they do. And right now, there are central banks around the world and some of the biggest hedge funds gobbling up as much gold and silver as possible. This is just BS. It's disappointing to see. All right, so don't fall for it. Continue to stay the course. Focus on gold and silver. Don't pay attention to the paper market value of gold and silver because it's not real. All right? Anyways, that's it for now. You guys hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. I'm out.